Happy Halloween, peeps. You can see the cool setup, okay? The lights going on everywhere. Tried an orange, yellow, reddish kind of vibe. Got my wallpapers, got everything ready. It's Halloween. It's a very nice holiday. Just wait and see what we do for Christmas. It's going to be quite nice. But without any further ado, you know the concept. We're going to be reviewing Crown Jewel 2022 like we did for Crown Jewel 2021 in the occasion of Crown Jewel 2023. That's a lot of Crown Jewel. So I've watched Crown Jewel 2021. I rated all the matches, talked about them, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be doing the same thing today for Crown Jewel 2022. Just to get in the mood for the up-and-coming pay-per-view. Sorry, premium live event. Seeing how it was back then, do we remember it? Were there actual good matches, you know? Because sometimes if we take some time, you know, off, we keep on going. And then we look back at some stuff with, you know, a good mindset. We can actually realize, goddamn, it wasn't that bad, actually. You know, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's jump straight into it. The first match of the show was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. There were 8 matches in total, by the way. Okay, just want to specify that. I got the matches right here, so that's why I'm going to be looking over there quite a lot. Okay, so Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, an incredible set of matches. Okay, it was an okay match. Okay, 6 minutes, not that long. Let's be honest, but they actually gave us a good match. Okay, I remember it. I watched it not too long ago. The match was decent, but you know, for such a big match in Saudi Arabia, sorry, they could have gone for a bit longer. And you know, we all know the finish. Brock Lesnar's in the hurt lock. He goes to the rope, pushes himself back onto Bobby Lashley and pins him this way because Bobby is stuck. You know, having the hurt lock locked on Brock Lesnar. Match is okay. I'm going to be giving my ratings right after. Okay, now we're going to be going through the matches, talking about them. And then in the end, I'll be giving my rating. And we'll go for the overall rating and see what it looks like, okay? So, that was the first match. Second match is Damage Control, which was Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss and Asuka, okay? Same thing, a decent match, okay? Not too much to talk about, honestly. But it was great, okay? It was entertaining. 2 very solid teams, let's be honest, okay? They, except Dakota Kai, they've all been world champion, okay? Io Sky is the current women's champion. But not much to say about that match, okay? It wasn't the biggest rivalry ever. WWE, well, Monday Night Raw was kind of in a dogfall at this point. But it was an okay match, okay, for the women's tag titles. Got nothing else to say about it. Then Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross, Steel Cage. Once again, okay. I thought this rivalry would be like way higher. It would live up to its expectations because these are 2 very talented individuals. Goddamn. Is the light in the back annoying you guys? I like it. I think it does a bit of moving stuff and it's interesting. And if you don't like my face, you can look at it. But yeah, McIntyre, Kross, 2 very good competitors. I just think we all hoped for a better match, you know? Their strap match, I remember at Extreme Rules, was incredible. This one was okay, you know? Nothing much to say about it. So far, it's an okay show, okay? Then we had the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damon Priest, and Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. This was a good match, okay? Once again, I preferred the match at Survivor Series between Finn and AJ, okay? I think it was better, more entertaining. But still, it was a very good match. 6 very talented individuals, and it's probably one of the best matches on this show. I'd say the 2nd or 3rd best match on the show, okay? Very good, 3 good teams. Match went on for 14 minutes. Respectable, you know? Then Braun Strowman versus Omos. I didn't like the build-up, okay? If you remember, Braun Strowman just putting his face on Omos's chest, okay, in the conference press or whatever. What is that, Brawny? What are you doing? I don't know, just a bit messed up, let's be honest. But still, kind of entertaining. We got to see 2 big giants fighting each other. It's always cool for the fans to see. But it's too much of core WWE, and we've seen it too much. And Omos, you could see that it was lacking a little and couldn't really follow up with Strowman, because Strowman is actually very talented. For a guy his size and his weight, he's actually very talented and knows how to move in a ring. And you can see that Omos was still in his beginning stages, and he was learning all, and, you know, was a bit tough, but it's okay. Next up, okay, getting interesting. The Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Okay, very simple. Jimmy and Jay versus Butch and Ridge Holland for the tag team championships. great match, okay? Two very good tag teams. It's probably the second best match of the night, okay? So Judgment Day would be third. You know, just four guys with a lot of talent just going at it in a ring, okay? The rivalry, in my opinion, it was just thrown in to set up War Games, but it was still a great match. Two very good teams, and this one is going to get a good rating. Then Bianca Belair versus Bayley. I was disappointed, first of all, because I think they should have given the title to Bayley, maybe just for a month or whatever. But Bianca, at that point, in my opinion, once again, okay, this is the whole thing about me giving my opinion. So you might think that this was the best show ever, and I'll think that it was the worst show ever. This is how it goes. But Bianca, I got tired of seeing her because she was everywhere, always defending, always having a championship. It was like the Charlotte Flair effect, you know? And I was really hoping for Bayley to finally win the title. She didn't. Bianca retained. But it was a solid 20-minute match, okay? Quite entertaining. It was good to see, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's okay, okay? The match was a last woman standing, so that gave us a stipulation on top of it. So I'll still give it a good grade once we get to it, but I just have a bit of trouble with it, because it's not something actually exciting, and Damage Control wasn't living up to the expectations once again. So it was clear that Bianca was going to win, but I was hoping for Bayley. It was a big mess. But now, getting to the important part, okay? Why important? Because it's the main event. It's the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the head of the table, the Tribal Chief in God Mode himself, Roman Reigns, acknowledge the Tribal Chief, ladies and gentlemen, with Paul Heyman by his side, facing Logan Paul. I'll be honest, it was probably my favorite match of 2022, okay? First of all, okay, the rivalry was done quite well, okay? It was, you know, they weren't over pushing Logan Paul, being like, he's the best in the game and he's going to dethrone Roman Reigns, no. But they were still playing by, you know, if he lands that one lucky punch, that he's an element of surprise, that Roman Reigns has never faced him, etc., etc. It was a good build-up to the match, you know? And we were excited to see it, and, you know, there's always that possible upset that they'll give the title to a megastar, that is Logan Paul, his social media megastar. You know, the fighting itself, the match itself was very good, okay? I really suggest you go watch it. It's a 25-minute match, but I remember enjoying every second of it when I watched it the first time, and I enjoyed every second of it when I watched it, you know, recently to do this review, okay? Very good. What else do you want me to say? It was goddamn good, okay? Moves here and there, back and forth, going at it, and you can see they just poured everything in, and, you know, yes, Roman Reigns ended up winning in the end, but you could see that it was a tough win, okay? And I'll get to the ending of that match really soon. There was also a lot of involvement. We saw the Usos in there. We saw Solo Sikoa. We saw Logan Paul's impulsive mates, okay, being Mike and I forgot his name. The other guy, I'm really sorry. They got destroyed by the Usos. And then once Solo Sikoa arrived, then Jake Paul arrived, and then Solo Sikoa arrived. So we got to see a little clash. It was very interesting. You could see Jake Paul standing up for his brother. And it's just good promotion for WWE as well. Because fans of Jake Paul and Logan Paul would be like, wait, they were both there, and they were facing the top guy in the business? Let me watch that, you know? So it's a great business move, and it was great to see. And one small detail, okay, that I absolutely love. Once Roman Reigns finally wins, he pins Logan Paul, blah, 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 retains the championships, because at that time it was two. He goes on the stage, he has a whole bloodline around him, and you could see just in his face, he was angry that it took him so much time to beat Logan, and he was proud to win, you know. At one point, he just takes the titles, throws them in the air, and he goes back and just, you know, slaps his chest, whatever, and he's like, this is my yard, this is my business, my industry, whatever. And just this small detail of Roman Reigns being that angry elevates Logan Paul, because you're there like, okay, Roman Reigns actually struggled to beat Logan Paul. This was a tough achievement, you know, and it's just so big in itself. First of all, it pushed Logan Paul, okay? In my opinion, it put Logan Paul on another level, which I believe the same thing is going to happen with LA Knight. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch my video for the Crown Jewel 2023 predictions. But it pushed Logan Paul, okay? It made him more serious, because Roman Reigns actually struggled to beat Logan Paul, which is pure storytelling. So the match itself, very entertaining. The rivalry was done properly. There was a bit of involvement, but they also let the two wrestlers fight one another. Roman Reigns' entrance was just good. You could see he was game face on, ready and all. Logan Paul was hyped as ever. The crowd loved it. They had good reactions for the match. So I'm going to spoil the rating, but it's going to be a 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm sorry. Talking about ratings, let me check over everything and I'll get back to you for the ratings. Alright, peeps, the maths moment is over, okay? Calculated everything, made sure everything is good. We got the good ratings and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to run through the list of every rating I gave. I'll explain them. Quick context, I give ratings for each and every single one of the matches. There were 8 in total on this show. 8 total on this show, so 1 rating per match. And then I have 3 more ratings, which is the atmosphere, the roster quality, and the impact on history. And I'll be explaining them once I get to the grades. Alright, ready? I don't care. Let's go. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, 7 out of 10. Okay. Great rivalry, great clash between the two. The hype was always very good. The match itself a bit short, a bit disappointing, and the finish was a bit disappointing, but still overall pretty good. Damage Control versus Bliss and Asuka. It was okay. I gave it a 7 out of 10. You know, it's a great match, great stuff, but, you know, not too big either. Nothing to remember, let's say. You know, when I tell you Crown Jewel 2022, it's not going to be the first match you're going to think of, let's be honest. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross, 8 out of 10. The match was very good, very entertaining, but there wasn't too much rivalry going in there. I wanted a bit more, and the fans didn't seem as hyped for the match as they should have, in my opinion, so that brought it down a little. Then, Judgment Day versus the O.C., 8.5 out of 10. This release solidified the Judgment Day as a trio, okay? All 3 of them together teaming up, taking on the O.C. Great rivalry overall. I could have given it even a higher grade. But just, in my opinion, we remember more the match between AJ Styles and Finn Balor, you know, at Survivor Series. But still, very pretty good. Very pretty good. Braun Strowman versus Omos, 5 out of 10. Okay, not a long match. It is 7 minutes and 20 seconds. The hype for the match was a bit weird. It was a bit thrown off at the end. And we've seen that giant versus giant stuff way too much. It's just, I can't connect with it. Once again, okay, remember, this is just my opinion. This is what I think of it. This doesn't mean that it is what you should think or whatever, okay? Next up, we have the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Usos versus Brawling Brutes, I give it an 8.5 out of 10, okay? Great match overall. Very good tag team action, just not too much rivalry or build-up in there. But 8.5, very solid. Bianca Belair versus Bayley, 7.5 out of 10. Solid in general, but nothing big either. Roman versus Logan Paul, I spoiled it, 10 out of 10. Worth watching, go watch it, I don't care. The atmosphere of the show, okay? How it felt, how the whole show felt as a whole. Was it exciting? Was it a big show? Whatever. 7 out of 10, okay? Nothing too crazy, but it had some pretty good matches, good build-up, but, you know, not too good either, let's be honest. Then the roster quality, 8.5 out of 10, okay? There were a couple big names missing, okay? You still have some big names like Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, we can count Jake Paul, Braun Strowman, the Usos, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, etc. Okay, we have even more. AJ Styles, Finn Balor. So good names, but a couple were missing, you know? And impact on history, I put a 6 out of 10. Because it only did 3 things on history, let's say. First one being building up more for the rivalry between Lesnar and Lashley, but that rivalry failed in the end. It solidified the Judgment Day, as I said. Okay, was very good for them. Okay, helped them build up and get better. So this was good. And then Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul, it pushed Logan Paul even more. It solidified Roman Reigns as champion. Brought a bit of attention to Jake Paul, So very good overall, okay? So, the final grade, okay, just to remind you guys, the final grade I had for Crown Jewel 2021 was 76%, okay, 76 out of 100. For Crown Jewel 2022, the final rating is 75 out of 100, 75%. So 1% shorter, or 1% worse, let's say, than Crown Jewel 2021, okay? Crown Jewel 2021 had a bad grade, mainly because Zelina Vega versus Doudrop, I gave it a 3 out of 10, but that's okay. But yeah, okay, overall, it was still a good show, okay, entertaining, you can go watch it back. But as I said on the impact on history part, it's not something that you'll remember for decades, and it's not the biggest show ever, okay? I'm going to be talking about this in my predictions video for Crown Jewel 2023, but that match card is stacked, okay? Maybe I'm going to do a review right after, or I'm going to wait, you know, maybe a year or stuff to just forget about it and make a good review. But the roster quality is incredible. The atmosphere, it feels like it's going to be a big show. It feels almost like a WrestleMania. This is huge. The roster quality is incredible. You have some of the biggest names in WWE right now competing on that show. They're doing very good, and it seems like it's going to be an awesome show. But that's it. That's going to be it for the Crown Jewel reviews, okay? The final stop for us is going to be our Crown Jewel 2023 predictions, as I said. So make sure to subscribe so you can be notified whenever I post this video and a bunch of other videos. If you want to, again, go check out in the description. I have my second channel called Oos Clips. So I take various interviews from WWE and AEW wrestlers. I put them into shorter formats, and I post them on my channel, okay? You get 3 new clips every day, okay? It's easy to subscribe whenever you go into shorts. You'll be seeing them, a bit of interview, a bit of knowledge. It's always cool. It's very interesting, so make sure to check it out. Thank you for all the support on the videos and posts and everything recently. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Happy Halloween, by the way.